What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm officially back in Italy and we have just rented a 500,000 USD dollar apartment here in Italy, precisely in Puglia. So in this video, I would like to show you around the apartment and just give you an idea what you're gonna get when you rent something here in Italy and all the process that it takes to rent an apartment here in Italy. So if you think that this is something for you, make sure you smash the subscribe button if you are not subscribed yet and leave a thumbs up below if you are liking this video. But right now, let's jump on this apartment tour and give you more information about it. So let's start the apartment tour. So here we are in our living room. This is basically the first room when you get in, and we have a gaming workstation there, and we have TV stands, a huge sofa, then we have dining table, and also we got here like a shoe racket. That's our Amazon packages, which needs to go in trash. And then if we continue here, we have a beautiful kitchen, fully equipped. And now I want to talk about this. As I've started to show you around the apartment, the first thing that I want to talk about in this video is about the kitchen, which is very beautiful in this beautiful apartment, but it's very pricey because when you rent a new build apartment in Italy, most of the time it doesn't come with kitchen furnished. That means that you are the one that needs to install the kitchen, which means it's an extra cost that you have to consider when you are renting an apartment in Italy. It's most unlikely to happen, but if it's a new construction, new building, most likely the people that are actually going to rent this apartment are people that just purchased it and then started to rent it. So basically, if you are a first tenant, most likely you're not gonna have a kitchen in your apartment. And that means that you will have to source the kitchen, you will have to pay for it, and if you decide to move out the apartment, you will have to take the kitchen with you, unless the landlord agree to actually keep the kitchen and will reimburse you whatever you spend on it. But of course, it's not gonna be the exact amount that you actually spend, because for example, if you are renting an apartment like this, usually the contract is like a 4 years contract. There's not something like short-term contract here in Italy. Absolutely not. That means that after 4 years, the value of this kitchen will probably be lower than what you actually purchased. That means that you are going to lose money. Same with all the rest of the furniture in this apartment. This apartment came fully unfurnished because it was a new apartment. That means that all that you've seen here, it's actually all purchased by us, by me in this case. And that means that that's an extra cost that I had before moving in this apartment. Now, let's move to the second side of this apartment. So we have this beautiful bathroom, okay, with a box shower over there, and sink and bidet, toilet. Then if we keep walking in this hallway, we have another room, which is basically, this is our master bedroom with a giant wardrobe here with mirrors. Beautiful bed. It's actually a box bed, so you can actually pull it up, and there is storage on the bottom. And then if we continue here, we have a second, okay, so you can actually see it right now. This is like a smaller bathroom. It doesn't have a window, so it's actually like completely blind. And then if we continue here, we have another room, which is basically just like our storage room at the moment, but we are planning to actually like have a second bedroom or something like that. So now let's talk about the bedrooms and the bathroom. The bathroom, for example, whatever you saw in the bathroom was installed by us. The only thing that was coming with the rent was basically the shower bulb and the sink, but I mean like the pipe of the sink. Whatever you saw under the sink, so I'm just going to show you. Basically, that was purchased by us. We had only this when we moved in. There's two things, that's it. And of course the toilet and the bidet, that was already in, this was in. And we didn't have this window door glass for the shower. We did have that part over there basically. So that's pretty much like what we actually got when we moved in the bathroom. So that means that there was an extra cost to actually furnish both of the bathrooms. Of course also the bedroom with, you know, the bed and the wardrobe. So everything you've seen is basically purchased by us, which is going to push a lot up your rental. Let's walk in the most beautiful part of this apartment, the terrace. We have 180 degrees views over the old town and the sea. This terrace is actually going around, and as you can see, we do have basically the vase for the plants, but we just did the first one, and then we're gonna keep doing it as this is an extra cost for us. And then there's all this other all the way there, that's our barbecue, and this is the view on the other side. As you can see, this is a 13th floor building, the highest in the whole city. So as I said, the rent for this apartment is 1,500 USD dollar, and it does not include the bills, which means that you need to add bills on top of that. The first utility bill that you will have will be the condominio here in Italy, which is basically the building bill. So if anything happens outside the door of your apartment, in a common space, in the public space where all the tenants are passing by, like elevators, garage, garden, and so on, that bill will be split based on the ranking of your apartment. So higher you are on the levels, more you pay. So this is basically the last level of this building. So I am the one paying more than anyone else in this building. So basically we pay around 130, 150 USD dollar per month on top of our 1,500 USD dollar rental. Okay. So we arrive at 1,650 USD dollar, and then you have the electricity and the water to pay. We do not have gas because we use only electricity in this building, so there's not actually gas. We have an induction plan for our kitchen. We do not have like normal like gas heating system as any other old building will have. So that means that all our utility bills are electricity, Wi-Fi, and water. In total, let's say per month, we do have in between 150 to 200 USD dollar to add on top of what we pay already. So saying that, basically the total amount of money that you will need to spend for an apartment like this is in between 1,700 1,900 USD dollar, depending on how much you actually living at home and how much you spend for the utility, which is not cheap. We are in Italy, where people actually earn maximum $1,000 per month. I mean, if you work in a normal job position like waiter or in a restaurant, which is most likely what you're gonna do here in Italy, because the people that work in different type of jobs are very like limited compared to the rest of the world. So to afford a place like this, you need to have a very good job. And in fact, there's not many people actually renting places like this in Italy, specifically in the south of Italy. Because if you are in Milan, okay, I mean, the life is more expensive, but also you get more money from your job. Here in south of Italy, Puglia, the reality is completely different. So if you are considering moving here, I have to admit that the life cost is actually getting higher if you want something like so good and modern and fancy like this. But if you are ready to adapt yourself to something like more old school, then yeah, you can find apartments that are around like 500, 600 USD dollar per month. But they won't be any new like apartment. Like maybe it will be furnished with my grandma old furnitures, but it won't be anything like white wall, super nice view, anything like that, okay? So here is my consideration. For me, this has good value. as an apartment, because compared to the rest of the world, something like this, it will be more expensive anywhere else. Like if I check prices, even like in Italy itself, if I check the same apartment, same style of apartment around Milan or Rome, it will be like crazy expensive, probably double what I'm paying right now. But we are living in Puglia, so the cost of life is actually lower than the rest of Italy, so it is actually a good deal. What is not a good deal is when it comes unfurnished, because that's an extra cost that you have to add when you're actually moving in. So for us was like a kind of like okay, we're doing this just because we know that we're going to stay 4 years in this apartment, and if we calculate what we're going to spend to furnish this apartment and spread it for 4 years, that at the end of the day we're still paying like a good rental compared to any other places in the world. We spend around between 15 and 20k to furnish all this, including the kitchen, the living room, the bathrooms and the bedroom. We still miss, as you can see, some things. It's not fully furnished, it's very like minimalist, and you know, we try to not actually put anything like super fancy on the wall, also because when you are going to leave this apartment, you're gonna have to take all with you, unless the landlord agree to keep the furniture and to reimburse you something. And also, like, if you destroy the walls, you will have to repair it, and also you will need to actually repaint the whole apartment before you leave. So I hope I give you an idea on how much you're going to spend if you want to have an apartment like this in Italy. And of course, I'm not owning this apartment. I wish I will have owned this apartment, because this is a great investment in the future. But at the moment I'm just renting it because I'm still not sure if I want to actually live in this city, in Italy in general, and there is a lot of plans that may change in the next few years. Talking about contract before I leave you, the contract usually in Italy works like this. You have an agency that is actually renting the apartment for the landlord. It's very hard to find like a private owner that actually lists the apartment, especially apartment like this. Maybe old apartments, yes, that's very easy to find it, but new apartment like this, usually there's an agency. So you will have to pay the rental, okay, when you decide to move in. Then you will have to pay a deposit, which is usually between 2 and 3 months of your rental. Then you will have to pay 1 month or something like that to the agency, okay, and those are money that you actually lose it, okay. And then you have to pay all the furniture in case it's unfurnished. So just consider that when you're actually moving here in Italy. Now I hope that this video actually gave you good information, and I hope you did like it and enjoy. So make sure you smash the subscribe button, because I will be sharing a lot more about living in Italy, cost, and also what to do here. So I'll see you at the next video, and make sure you don't forget to smash the thumbs up if you actually like this video. And if for any question and comment, there's a comment bar below. I will be coming back to you very shortly. Ciao.